My name is Ashley. Wanting to reassure my parents, I got married at the age of 30. My husband, Sam, unlike me, is a bright and confident salesperson. However, he has always been considerate of me, and we've supported each other, living happily with our daughter. But this happiness started to fade after our daughter, Holly, began elementary school. Hey, you've been coming home late recently. What's going on? This wasn't like you before. The first sign of trouble was Sam coming home late. It's just over time. I held back before because Holly was young, but I want to work as much as I can now for our future. I see, just don't overdo it. But then I found women's perfume and foundation on his clothes. It became clear that there was another woman in the picture. Why does it smell like women's perfume? Isn't this a woman's item? I just bumped into someone. She lent it to me when I got dirty, and I brought it home to wash and return it. I haven't done anything to be suspected of. Despite my doubts, I trusted Sam as he had always been before, and tried to think it was all in my head. Try to stay away from other women. It's shocking. Sorry, I'll be careful, but Sam's behavior began to get weirder. This high-rise condo, it could sell for $2 million, you know. Yes, it's in a good location and well-made, so it's popular. What if we sell this place and live somewhere else? With $2 million, we could live in leisure. No way. This is the place my parents left for me. I don't want to sell the house full of memories where my parents lived. Sam began insisting on selling the condo my parents left to me. He also started worrying about my earnings and other inheritances. What's with you being so stingy? We're family. Aren't we supposed to think about selling for our living? We're not so desperate for money. We both have jobs. Your office job doesn't make that much money. Don't act so high and mighty just because you're an office worker. I started a side job, and it's more than enough for the three of us to live comfortably. A side job is just pocket money for kids. You wouldn't understand since you work from home, but sales cost me a lot. The allowance I get now isn't enough. Sam became more critical about money and started treating me harshly. He used to be kind and helpful. Keep the inheritance from your dad. It has memories and is important. I was saddened by Sam's transformation. However, he still doted on Holly as before. You seem happy. Did something good happen at school? I got 100 points on the test. I was the top of my class. Well done. That's great. Holly was attached to Sam, and I endured, hoping he would return to his kind self someday. But one day, that's not Sam. Is he moving? He's walking arm in arm. Who is that woman? I saw Sam walking arm in arm with an unknown woman. I can't just overlook this. Should I look into proof of infidelity? Sam's recent obsession with money is intense, and it must be because he has a mistress. She looks very beautiful, and I shouldn't assume, but maybe she wants luxurious things. But then it makes sense why he'd want money. Just as I was bracing myself to deal with infidelity, I was diagnosed with a disease and given about 2 years to live. No, not now. I was almost despairing at this unexpected situation. Can I rely on a cheating husband? Holly is still so young. What should I do now? It's all worrying, but just being concerned changes nothing. Even though Sam has been acting strangely, surely he wouldn't abandon me after a terminal diagnosis. Sam, I have to be hospitalized. They don't know if they can cure it, and it looks like I have about 2 years left. What? Why so suddenly? I was shocked too, but we need to think about the future, and the symptoms aren't too bad yet. I think I can come back home for now. Please take care of Holly while I'm in the hospital. Leave the rest to me. After pondering with a twisted face, Sam nodded firmly, and I felt reassured to go to the hospital. Even though it seems like he's cheating, I wonder if Sam is handling things well. He used to be reliable, so I'm sure he'll be fine. Holly is only 9 years old, and I don't want to say goodbye like this. I want to see her grow. I need to stay strong to be around for as long as possible, despite my fears about having little time left. I kept telling myself that everything would work out, but then I received a shocking message from my husband. Is something wrong? I sold your high-rise condo. What do you mean? I sold it for a high price. Now I'll get $2 million. Since it would just be wasted with you, I thought I'd use it. I'm going to live it up with my mistress with this money. Luxury hotels would be great, and I'd love to travel abroad. Plus, you're not going to be around much longer, so I'll get your insurance money too. Thanks to you, I'll be living a good life. What are you doing? This was left to me by my parents. What about Holly? You didn't just abandon her, did you? Until the sale is finally analyzed, she should still be in the condo, right? It was under your name, but I managed to sell it. Also, I sent you divorce papers. Once we're divorced, I'm going to marry my mistress. Having a stepchild would be a burden for Sophie. She's prettier and kinder than you, so the choice is obvious. Sophie wouldn't want to take care of someone else's kid, so I don't want to put that on her. Don't joke around at a time like this. You were close to Holly, weren't you? How could you abandon her so easily? I'm not joking. I married you in the first place, hoping to get some money. I thought I missed out, but it turns out there was quite an inheritance. Well, good luck with everything. So I'll be taking your and your husband's money. I'm going to have a blast from now on. Getting a lot of money so easily really helped. Thanks for getting sick. This isn't over. Hey, wait. I couldn't believe he sold my inheritance while I was in the hospital and planned to leave Holly to be with his mistress. Is Holly safe on her own? And what should I do next? Seeing the signed divorce papers confirmed that everything Sam said was true. Medical bills cost money, and Holly will still need money in the future. How am I supposed to manage while being sick and unable to move? I fell into deep despair, and my condition worsened as I was bedridden. Mom, cheer up. I'm sorry, Holly. I felt incredibly guilty towards Holly, who assured me that neighbors were helping and she was fine. It's okay, Mom. I've taken care of things. What you're worried about won't happen, trust me. My daughter spoke with unusual confidence. Just because you can't move, Dad thinks he can take advantage, but I managed to stop the sale of the condo. He won't get his way. What? How did you do that? I had been worried when Holly hadn't visited me for a few days after Sam's message, but it seemed she had been acting to thwart his plans. When Dad came with a woman and said, "This place has been sold, so you won't be able to live here for long. The money will be deposited into my account. Things will get tough, but Holly, you'll manage somehow. Stay healthy with your mom." I thought I had to stop because this place is important to you. I remembered something Grandpa told me. Having evidence makes it clear who's at fault. I researched online about property transactions and found out that Dad couldn't sell the condo since it's under your name. I got help from teachers and neighbors to track down the real estate agency. It turns out Dad forged the documents since they weren't official. I managed to stop the sale. You managed to get that much help. It must have been hard to investigate. When I explained the situation, everyone was mad at Dad. They promised to help, and Dad was cheating, right? The woman who came to the house with him was the one. I observed her closely and asked the adults about her, and neighbor had seen them together. They noticed Dad had been getting angrier. With you, love can change people. So I gathered evidence, including surveillance camera footage from stores. I also found out where the woman works. I'll make them regret cheating. I was stunned by my daughter's maturity. I knew she was capable and had many friends, but I hadn't realized to this extent. We won't let Dad get his way. Wow, you've been doing all this. Now it's up to you to complete the process, so you need to get better soon, Mom. Thanks to my daughter, I saw a glimmer of hope and resolved not to let things end like this. You're right, I can't just stay in bed. I won't let Sam have his way. My condition, worsened by stress, began to improve as I regained my resolve. I started preparing to make Sam face the consequences. We discussed with neighbors and teachers to find the least burdensome way for you, Mom. We can take action right away. Got it. After all you've done, I must thank everyone. I won't give up just because of a terminal diagnosis. That's the spirit. The next day, I received a call from an unknown number. Hey, what's going on? I checked with the real estate agency because the money from the sale of the condo didn't come through, and they said it wasn't sold. What did you do? I'm in big trouble because of this. Is that your first concern? All you care about is money. As I said, Sam began to rage and confess things I hadn't asked about. I was enjoying my time with So, and just when we were planning to go abroad, I found out the money hadn't come in. I had to pay for everything with my savings. If I'd known, I wouldn't have splurged. We had already made reservations, some with cancellation fees. Without the money, I'll be in debt. I had already quit my job thinking the money would come in. When I told Sophie, we had a fight. You said selling the high-rise condo would bring in $2 million. It was unexpected for me, too. Now I'll be in debt, so Sophie will have to help pay. This isn't what you promised. I thought you were making money, too. You said we could live comfortably even without working. Why do I have to pay? What, you expect me to handle everything? You were earning well, too. I didn't want to spend money on this. I was looking forward to luxury because you said $2 million would come in. It was more exciting because it wasn't my money. I felt the same, but the money didn't come through. So what can I do instead of complaining? Do something. Then she left the next morning, and she took all my belongings. Now I'm stuck in a hotel with nothing but their pajamas. My phone was stolen, so I had to use the hotel's phone. This is all your fault. This happened because you relied on someone else's money. She was younger, right? It's rare for someone younger to genuinely love an older person. She probably wanted your money. She had the time to take your belongings, likely to sell them. You two were alike, both after money, just like when you married me. Shut up. This is because you didn't convert the money quickly. I would have been rich by now, Sam shouted angrily. No, even as a couple, my inheritance isn't yours. Even if it were converted, it wouldn't be for your unrestricted use. You were planning to keep the money all to yourself. How greedy. I don't want to be compared to someone who steals others' money. No matter what I said, Sam kept blaming me. This wasn't getting anywhere, but my daughter's voice caught his attention. And she began to argue back, Dad, it's wrong to steal Mom's things. Doing this while she's sick is the worst, Holly. No, as a couple, it's also mine. I know Grandpa told me that marital property is what's gained after marriage. The high-rise condo is Mom's alone. It's not yours. What you did is the same as theft. My father was a lawyer, university professor, and critic. I often heard him talk and had many books on the subject at home. Holly had become knowledgeable about the law. Holly, calm down, I said. Dad had his reasons. Let's talk this through, okay? I don't want to hear it from someone who cheats. Sam was devastated by Holly's accusations and began to look dejected. I suggested meeting to discuss things calmly. It's hard to talk over the phone. Where are you now? I'm at this hotel. I'll come over and we'll talk about this properly. "Bring my clothes if you're coming," he said. Something, but I hung up and got ready. "Mom, are you ready? We need to make Dad understand," Holly said. "Wait here, it's dangerous for a child. Plus, you might have an unpleasant experience. I can't take you to such a place." "I'm going too. I'm worried about you, and I have things I want to say. Grandpa's book said you have to speak up at the beginning, or things get worse later." "All right, I understand, but you mustn't do anything dangerous, okay?" Since the doctor gave me permission to go out, we took a taxi together. "You're late." I got tired of waiting. I was exasperated at my husband, Sam, lounging in the hotel room. "Who do you think you are? Just so you know, I didn't bring any of your clothes. The man who left his sick wife and daughter has nothing left in the house." "What? Don't you have any kindness?" "I don't need to be kind to you." When we entered the hotel room, Sam yelled in surprise, "Who's that?" "Don't tell me you're cheating too. You're no better than me. If you give me the high-rise condo, I'll forgive you. Otherwise, I'm going to claim it and make my future secure," Sam exclaimed. I sighed at my husband's baseless assumptions and said, "I'm not like you. I haven't cheated. This person is a lawyer I hired to deal with your unauthorized actions and infidelity while I was in the hospital. You must be Sam. I've heard about the situation. I brought documents about your infidelity and forged sale papers. Let's get everything settled. What, your fault? I cheated? No money and no fun. Who wouldn't want to get paid and leave such a boring person?" Even now, he tried to play the victim. That's the excuse of someone who cheated. Take responsibility for what you've done. Acting high and mighty, that condo should have been mine. I prepared the documents, confirmed the sale, and left. How did you stop it? Holly noticed right away and asked around to find the real estate agency. She took neighbors with her and provided proof the condo was in my name. They understood immediately once they saw the forged documents. They were angry at you and very sympathetic to me. In fact, they offered to buy it for more than $2 million. I found the high offer, and you stole it from me. You used me. What will you do with the money? You never listened to me when I said to sell. If there's no use for it, I won't sell it. It's something my parents left me, and I want to cherish it. If you don't need it, give it to me. You'll just let it sit there. As your husband, I'm entitled to it. It's not yours. I'm planning to use it for my medical treatment. With a large sum, I can afford the treatment I need. I've been told that my condition can be treated by specialists abroad. The cost includes travel expenses, so it's a lot of money. With this money, I can afford the treatment. So I won't get the insurance money. You're the worst. The first thing you think about when you hear my treatment might work is the insurance money. Even if the treatment doesn't work, I changed the beneficiary to Holly, so you won't get anything. At first, I was hesitant to let go of my parents' inheritance. Memories are important, but your health is more important. You're right. As long as I remember my parents, it's okay. There are other keepsakes, and living with Holly is what matters. Holly convinced me to use the money for treatment. I secured a reservation for treatment. In a year, I'll be fully recovered. You won't get a penny from me, so Sam won't get any money. Family matters are difficult to prosecute, but selling your spouse's property without permission can lead to a civil lawsuit. We have evidence, and with the divorce, we can proceed legally. I didn't get any money, so it's void. I've got no savings. What should I do? I spent a lot thinking the money was coming. I even quit my job. Not my problem. Your mistress was after your money too. I'm claiming child support with evidence. You can't escape. You want more money. I'm already in debt. With the condo money, I could clear my debts. Without you, I could be happy with Sophie, aiming for my inheritance and insurance. And you call me greedy. Take responsibility for your actions. We have witnesses and security footage of your infidelity. We also have evidence of forged documents. Here's child support. Yo, Sam looked shocked at the amount. No way. I can't pay that. Too bad. You'll have to. Sam was devastated by the lack of money and the additional payments. Despite his complaints, reality didn't change your heart. Let's not divorce then. I won't have to pay child support. We'll share our income and things will be fine. I was wrong, so let's not divorce. Of course we're divorcing. You didn't care about me when I was given a terminal diagnosis, only the insurance money. You tried to sell the condo and abandoned Holly. How dare you blame me? Even with the money, it'll go to treatment. How will you live afterward? I can get a job, and we need my income. You can't manage without me. I can manage without you, without someone trying to take my inheritance. I'll be better off. Realizing he couldn't convince me, Sam turned to Holly. Holly, you'll side with me, right? We've had fun together. You don't want us to be apart, do you? It's better for you if we're all together. Holly glared at him and said, You're the worst. You didn't help Mom and tried to sell the condo. I hate you. Reflect on your actions. No way. Sam reluctantly agreed to our terms. No property division, but you have money. Cheaters don't get to say that my inheritance isn't marital property. We can settle it in court if you want, but it'll cost you more. Stealing is theft. Why can't you understand that? Seeing Holly scold him, Sam gave up. Finally, the divorce was finalized. Pay up and don't come near us again. Help me for a while. I have no money, clothes, or place to live. I'll be kicked out of the hotel. That's your fault, Sam said. Saw it yourself. We left Sam and the hotel behind. I thought it was over, but a few days later, everything's your fault. He barreled into my hospital room. How did you get here? I have nothing to lose now. Pay me to solve this. Stop it. You have more property, right? You tricked me into signing the divorce papers. I won an art contest before my hospitalization, and there are other properties left by my parents that can be sold. See, but we're divorced, so it's none of your business. I dismissed. You dismissed my art, but now you want my money. You hid it from me. I'm struggling to live. Give me money. Despite his shouting, hospital staff quickly restrained him, and police took him away. Let go, I'm her husband. Her things are mine. Sam was taken away by the police and had to face the consequences. Why did it come to this? I have no job, and with a criminal record, how will I find employment? Perhaps the police officer made him see reason, or perhaps he just gave up. Despite his struggles, he had to pay child support. Mom, are you okay? Did Dad come to the hospital? I'm fine. The staff acted quickly. The police took him, right? He won't come here again, right? Reassured by Holly's smile, I smiled back. After the divorce, the high-rise condo sale money was deposited. I used it for advanced treatment abroad and fully recovered. I'm cured without you, Holly. I couldn't have had the treatment. Thank you. We now live together, renovating other properties left by my parents. Mom wanted to start an art school, which is why she was interested in the properties. I started drawing because of her. Maybe I should start school too. That sounds great. Grandma loved teaching too. I started an art school and enjoy interacting with the neighbors. Winning the contest made the school popular. Meanwhile, my ex-husband works multiple part-time jobs and struggles. I was once an elite company employee, but no one will hire me now, and I'm in debt. His mistress disappeared after quitting her job, probably to avoid paying alimony. We're looking forward to a bright future. It's so different from before. When Mom gets better, I want to explore. Slowly, yes. Let's enjoy art and delicious food. Holly became fascinated with foreign cultures during our treatment trip. I want to learn many languages and make lots of friends. It'll be fun. You can do it, Holly. We are now preparing for regular overseas trips, enjoying our time together. I want to live to protect Holly's smile.